Hi there, it's Carol with Carol B Crafts. Today we'll be doing project number 3 in my Picture Perfect Birthday online class. The Picture Perfect online class will be available through April 30th, 2018 and includes 6 cards and 3 gift bags. If you'd like the details on how you can get the materials kit free, check out my website www.carolbcrafts.com. So let's look at the kit that comes for this card. So here's the kit. It has everything that you need to make this card. Now the stamps you'll need to purchase, if you haven't already, is the Picture Perfect birthday stamps, and we'll be using the Treat Yourself stamp, and that I have that on a D block. We'll be using the Berry Burst ink. Now if you don't have the kit, don't worry, I will put the dimensions and supplies on my website www.carolbcrafts.com. Just search Picture Perfect Birthday. Now we have 3 little pearls, and you'll find your small little pearls inside your envelope right here. So we'll set those aside. We'll probably use those last. Let's go ahead and fold our card base. We want the valley towards us, and we fold away. Get our bone folder, increase that fold. Now we just have a little bit of stamping. We need to do the sentiment. Now these 3 banners, they come, I used the banner triple punch. I don't know if it's the triple banner punch or the banner triple punch, but I'll put the number on the screen in case you want to purchase this. You can use it does 1 inch, 1.5, and 2 inch banners. And basically how I got these banners is with the Berry Burst. I'm using a 4.5 by 1.5 inch, 4.5 by 1.5 inch piece of Berry Burst, and you just push it back. Well, first of all, you have to open it up, push it back as far as it will go, and then punch it, and then you have your banner. And then for the Peekaboo Peach banner, I used 4 1/8 by 1 inch and push that all the way back. And then for the Whisper White that we're going to use for the sentiment, this is 4 1/8 by 1 inch as well. And I always give you 2 because, you know, sometimes we make mistakes. Not very often, but sometimes. So that's how we got the banners. If you want to make some more, and I'll have those dimensions on my website for the banners. So on the card base, it's going to be a horizontal card. We have a piece of Bermuda Bay, and that Bermuda Bay is 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and I put that panel through the new Scattered Sequins Dynamic Impressions folder. Just give you an idea what it looks like. It puts the little sequins impression on there. It's really cool. I've enjoyed using this. And then on top of that, we have a piece of Peekaboo Peach, which is 5 1/8 by 2 7/8. And then now this DSP was a 6 by 6 piece of DSP, and it looked like this. And so I'm going to show you at the end, if you are interested, on how I cut the DSP and cut out the donut here for this project, if you want to make more of these. So the donut that I cut it out with the Layering Circles Framelits dies, and I used the 5th largest circle. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. for the donut. So basically I just cut the donut out like this right there with the 5th largest. And then for the Bermuda Bay scallop circle, I used the 5th largest scallop circle die, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one right here. And I'll show you how I did the donut DSP at the end. Okay, so I think we are ready to do our stamping, and we'll use our banners here, and that's our sample. So I always like to use the Pierce mat for photopolymer, and you can use your Stampin' Majig. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. This is going to be pretty simple, and photopolymer stamps you can see through. So I'm just going to ink up my stamp, and we'll see how well I do without the Stampin' Majig, but I may have to stick my head in the camera here. I want it looks like it's about an 1/8, the end of the Y is about an 1/8 of an inch from the V there, to give you an idea where you need to place it. So I'm just gonna put that down there. Hopefully I did a good job. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and stamp the other one because I'm going to be making another card later, so, but you don't need to unless you want to make another card as well. Okay, I'll clean my stamp off. Now if you want to do the inside, this is the time to do the inside. There's lots of good sentiments that you could put on the inside if you wanted in that stamp set. So go ahead and put your inside sentiment on right now if you want to do that. I'm going to put mine on later because I'm not sure what I'm going to do or use. So once we have our card base here, we're going to start building our card. And we know that these are going to go this way somewhat. I'll put my extra one over here. And well, it's pretty obvious that this one is going to go on this, and we want the pearl donut to go up the top right hand corner there. So let's just go ahead and put that on with some snail. And by the way, this is 5 inches by 2 3/4. So looking for my little strip here, and there's a 1/16 of an inch all the way around, and we have our little pearls at the top. Now this is going to go on top of our Bermuda Bay DSP, and then we're going to put a 1/16 of an inch on these 3 spaces, these 3 sides right here. And this is 5 1/8 by 2 by 2 7/8 Peekaboo Peach. I don't know if I told you that. Doesn't hurt to tell you twice, I guess, if I did tell you. Okay, so we're going to put this on with the white pearl donut up at the top right hand corner. That looks good. And then this is ready to go on the card base. There's no ribbon on this card. I guess because we have the banners, we don't need the ribbon. This is the 5 1/4 by 4 inch Bermuda Bay that we put through the scattered sequins. And be sure to put it in the right direction. And we have 1/8 of an inch all around on this card. Now let me see. we want to go ahead and put our berry burst down. Let's go ahead and put our donut on our piece of berry burst circle, scallop circle. Okay, and I know that I put this on with dimensionals, and I used the mini dimensionals. So we need to get our mini dimensionals, and I think it says I used 12. I'm not sure if I need that many, but we'll see how many I end up using. Okay, so I ended up using 8, which is enough, I think. So before I take the backs off, I'm going to go ahead and put my banner in place, and it looks like it's about not quite 1/4 of an inch to the bottom, and this is about 1/4 of an inch from the side here. So that kind of tells me where I need to put it. So let me go ahead and put some snail on this. So you just kind of have to eyeball it, and that looks about right there. Now we know that this one is going to go, the Peekaboo Peach is going to be kind of, bring them next to each other, it's going to be kind of down like that, but not over the donut. So let's go ahead and put that in place. Kind of there. And make sure the donut is going to hide it. Yep, that looks good. And then lastly, the treat yourself is going to go kind of there. Make sure the donut's going to hide it. All right. And it kind of goes like right there. If it sticks over, you could always trim it with your scissors. Okay, I think we're ready to put the donut on, and I like it so that the stripes are kind of going that direction. So let me take all these little backings off. Okay, so I'm ready to put it on, and like I said, it's about 1/4 of an inch from that edge, and that looks about right there. Now we're ready to put our little pearls, so we'll bring our pearls back in. Here they are, and I like to use my piercing tool to take those pearls off. We're going to put one here, on the berry burst, and then one here on the berry burst, and then one up here on the whisper white, in that corner there. All right, so our card is finished. This is card number 3 in the Picture Perfect Birthday online class. Thanks for taking my class, and if you haven't got your materials kit yet, you can get them absolutely free with a $60 retail purchase. That's before tax and shipping, using the current host code on my website, www.carolbcrafts.com. So get that host code, go shopping, and get your free kit from me as a gift to you. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. See you for project number 4. Okay, so I told you that I would show you at the end of the video how I did it so that I got the DSP panel and the donut. So I went ahead and I cut the donut out with my Big Shot, so I'll go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so I ran this through the Big Shot, and this is the 5th largest circle in the Layering Circles Framelits dies. And then that goes on top of a scalloped Bermuda circle cut with the 5th largest scalloped circle die in that same Layering Circle Framelits dies. So that's how we got those. Now the DSP is kind of tricky because we want to make sure that we get, so we have to turn it this way with the hole up at the top, because this is what we want right here, this part right here. And this part is, it's 5 by 2 3/4. So this part is 2 3/4. So we'll go ahead and get our trimmer. So here's our trimmer, and we want to cut it so that, so we're going to have 5 across this way and 2 3/4 this way. So let's go ahead and turn it. I'm going to cut it on this side, 2 3/4. And that's just about enough to hide that circle there. You can see we cut just enough to hide that circle there. Now this piece, now that we have our 2 3/4, we need to make this piece, make sure that's even. Yeah, it is. Now we need to make this piece 5 inches. Well, we know this is 6 inches, so that means we need to take about 1 inch off of each side. But I wanted to preserve the Bermuda Bay donuts, and this is a bigger donut than this one. So I think probably it looks like I took about 1/4 inch off of this side. So this side we'll flip around and take 1/4 inch off, because we still want most of that donut to show. So once we take 1/4 inch off of this side, then we know we want it 5 inches. So we're just going to find the 5 inch mark, and then we're going to cut 5 inches. And that gives us, that preserves some of the Bermuda Bay, both of the Bermuda Bay donuts. And then that's the piece right there that we have. All right, I hope that helps if you want to recreate this card. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye now.